Hello friends, in this tutorial we are going to implement the exception handling in GraphQL. In the last tutorial we have implemented the authentication with the try catch with the help of try catch, but here is the problem. One problem occur. Let me show you with an example. Okay, first we will start our server. As you can see in the last video, we have implemented this type of functionality, sign up and login. Now if I press control and enter, then we get the token back, but if I enter the wrong password, then it will return us null without, and we do not know that what has happened. But here we can see that the console has been printed in our terminal, because we have console log the error. Okay, now we are going to implement the general way to catch all of our exception in one place. So let's implement this kind of functionality. Apollo exception. Okay, okay, here we can see these are the error types for error codes or error types for GraphQL Apollo server. So and here we can create a custom error type, we can say, but we are not going to use this right now, but we can make this. Okay, let's implement this functionality. Okay, I am going to remove this try catch from here and from here, and also from sign up. And now if I enter the wrong password, then it give me error, but I think this is not useful for user to know what is happened with our server. This is not the information that the user want, so we are going to hide this information and format this by our intentions. Okay. Okay, so let's start. Okay, this is the function we are going to use, format error. In index.js file, main file, we are going to apply this function. Okay, after resolver I am going to put this here, format error. It will give us one parameter in the lower function. Okay, or we can say in the this function will get the one error. Now we are going to check. Here we also customize some of the things here. We are not going to throw the error, but instead we will throw the Apollo validation error. Apollo validation error, and here also validation error. These are the Apollo errors types. Okay. Here in sign up we will also throw the validation error. Now we will say that if error dot original error instance, means if it is the instance of validation error, then what we will return? We will return the status code 400, status 400, uh, and This is the code. What is the code for error, and what is the status error dot message. We will modify in the future, but right now I am going to put this here. Otherwise we will return uh, 500 error, and we are not going to show the user what happened with our server, but instead we will show the user the internal server error. Okay. Okay, so if right now if I press control enter, then I can see that it is showing as the internal server error, but we have throw the validation error here. Then why it is showing as the uh, internal server error? So let's check that error dot original error. Here I have forgot to put the new here, because it is the class, and we need to throw an instance of this error, and also in the sign up. Okay, this is saving right now. It is not saved yet, so it is saved yet, and now if we press control enter, then as we can see that the we have get the uh, 400 and invalid password even. And why we have not get the status status. If we comment this out, then we can see where the we need to comment this all out. We can see here message and extension dot code, sorry, error dot extensions dot code, error dot extensions dot code. Okay, we press again, then we can see that the graphql validation error here. Okay. We will also implement for other types. So if we get the forbidden in case of role validation, we will throw the forbidden error. Forbidden error, and what is the status for forbidden? It is 403. Then all the things will remain same, and also we will also refactor this code in the future and optimize this code, but right now we are going to make this work make this code work. Okay, and one more type, authorization error. Here the authorization error is not present in authentication error is present, but authentication is giving some different sense for we can throw the authentication error on login, but we are not going to throw the authentication error on token. So we are going to make this custom error type for this. Okay, we are going to make this folder uh, exception handler dot js. Okay, Now I am going to copy this code from here. Okay, instead of my error, I will name this as unauthorized error, because this is not TypeScript, so I am going to remove this type, and I will also remove this. So it's okay now. Okay, then we will also remove this my error code. This is the error code. Okay, un, unauthorized, GraphqL unauthorized. Okay, now we will also name this my error. Instead of my error, we will name this as unauthorized error, and we are not going to throw here. Instead, we will export this uh, error type new unauthorized error. Okay, we will create further more types in the future if necessary, but right now we are going to use this type only. If for the sake of testing purpose, if I throw this error, throw authorized unauthorized error and pass, and we are going, because it will be the unauthorized message every time, almost 99 percent. So we are going to hard code this argument. If we want to change this, then we will pass from there where we are throwing the error, if we need to change this error. But for the sake of simplicity, I am going to put this here, unauthorized unauthorized here, and simply okay. I am also going to remove this keyword export. It is working fine now. So let's hit the login mutation, and we have get the internal server error. Internal server error. So we will put the new here, because it is also the class instance. It is right now the giving us the internal server error, because we haven't handled this type here. So we are going to handle this type here, instance of unauthorized error. Then we are going to throw 401 and error dot message here. Okay, here you can see that it is giving us the unauthorized. We have created this, I think these are the enough for our error types. We use mostly the validation unauthorized error for token based authorization, and for role based authorization we use the forbidden error. These are some of the error types, and third fourth one is the fourth and the last one is the server error, which we are not going to show to the end user. Instead, we are going to webhook this error to our channel, so that developer can know that what error has happened in their application. So for webhook, I will show you how to integrate the webhook with this. We can send the webhook to Mattermost, Whistlet, or Slack. We can use any platform. We will use Whistlet or Slack, but this will be in the future. Okay, well, right now we are going to show the error here, and show the user the internal server error. Okay, we are going to get the any other error except this validation unauthorized and forbidden. We are going to show the user the internal server error. This is this became the very messy file. We are going to make a separate file for this error responses. So I am going to make a separate file for this error response js, and here I will export the function. We will also refactor the other code in the near future, but right now I am going to make videos on the topic which are necessary. In the end we will refactor this code completely. Okay, for error responses I am going to put all this code here, and here I am going to require this file error response, and here I am going to call this function here and pass this error argument here. Okay. So if I press again, then it is showing us the validation error is not defined because we haven't put the imports over here, over there. Okay, remove the Apollo server from here, and also the custom error type here. And if I press Control Enter now, then it is showing us the previous response. Okay, now I am going to remove because it was for testing purpose unauthorized, because in the next video in the next videos we are going to implement the authorization, so we will use this type of macro here. Okay, it is giving us the invalid password here. If I put the invalid email here, it shows us the invalid email given, GraphQL validation error. This was our exception handling for our GraphQL. This is very neat and clean type for error handling our response in one place. In the future if we need another type of response, we are going to put there. We will also refactor this file uh, in the future, but this is very clean, I think. Thank you friends.